Hey guys, this is Steve Cardenas, a.k.a. Rocky the Red Power Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and you are listening to the Regular Joe's podcast. More foul.
To movies and toys and TV shows, comics and collecting and superheroes. There's no end to the useless stuff they know. But don't call them geeks, they're just regular Joes.
Welcome to the Regular Joe's podcast. I'm Dave Pisani.
I'm Barry Kay.
I'm Todd Pleasant.
And I'm Brian Nix.
And it's either year 8 or 9. We don't know.
We can't do math.
Of the Rhode Island Comic Con, the annual Rhode Island Comic Con. And we're here in the lobby of the beautiful
Omniprovidence. And Dave has had a couple of cocktails, so he needed me to remember the name of the hotel.
Oh, I know the name. I just wanted us all to say it.
It's the Omniprovidence.
The Omni has been so good to all of us.
They welcome us with open arms.
This is true.
They do. They don't even care what we do here. I'm going to murder someone.
We could
on
literally
the air in a
murder
second,
people in the lobby.
and they won't stop you.
Yeah.
So
They would actually help you get rid of the body, I think.
yeah,
Oh,
they would.
God.
They're very accommodating.
But
so,
we mean that in the nicest possible way.
yes. We're really again, as always, if you listen to the show for however many years, you've always got to keep your head on a swivel.
And let's face it, if you haven't been listening,
This guy's
all
a
these years-
guest liaison. Who are you liaising?
What's your name?
I'm Dave.
I'm liaising Dave tonight.
Not me.
Liaising
At the
Dave
show, you're
tonight.
liaising somebody.
A few large clientele.
Large clientele.
Okay.
Good, we like that.
Large physically or large in
I don't
terms
wanna
of
know
presence?
about that, do I?
Popularity.
Popularity, I would say, on the very popular.
Ooh.
We like that.
You bring them over here.
Or
We'll give
liaise
you-
them over to the
we'll buy you a
podcast.
drink.
I'm sure this one's a little skittish.
Skittish.
Yeah, okay.
We like that.
We've dealt with skittish.
We understand.
We're very nice. We're very
We're doing a
nice.
Regular
podcast.
Joe's
We're the Regular Joe's
We've been
podcast.
at the Rhode Island Comic Con. This is our 9th year. We always record in the lobby.
On this
of
couch
the,
in this lobby every
on
year
this
we record a
couch in this
podcast.
lobby every year.
So my question is, why weren't you here for 10 years?
We missed the first one, and then there
We
was
did
COVID.
miss the first
Yeah.
year.
Okay, well, you got to make it up next year.
Yeah.
We'll be here every year.
Who's your favorite person to see? Let's go around the room.
Okay.
We've interviewed a lot of great people. Sam Jones was awesome for us.
Who's your number one?
That we did here?
Yeah, I'm going to go around. I want to know
Okay.
that you did here.
I gotta say, Sam Jones. He sat with us for like half an hour. He really got into a lot of cool stuff. So
Jason Isaacs was phenomenal.
Michael Rooker. That was a good one.
The actor who played Admiral Akbar.
yeah, we've been lucky. We've had a lot of good people on the show.
Yeah.
Just catch him walking in.
We just sit here. We don't bother anybody, but if they want to come over and talk to us,
Yeah. And then they have to walk by and they'll talk to us.
Well, look at that. You just got me.
There you go. What's your name?
I'm Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
all right. Well, Bobby, it's nice to meet you.
Have a great one.
Thanks. You
Thanks,
too, man.
Thanks, Bobby.
Hey, Ethan. What's up, man? Good.
What's
good.
going on?
Ethan Supley. Going to talk about him in a minute, too. All right. Did I mention Dave's had a few cocktails tonight?
You want to know something? That helps all of us.
Of course it
social
does.
lubricant is a good thing.
He may be back later with his skittish but very popular guest. Who knows?
Was anybody you got an autograph from today skittish? They're all super nice.
No. I mean, if you're here signing autographs, you're probably
Yeah.
not skittish. So
It,
don't know.
It could just be like interview skittish because they've got a
Because they don't want to talk to douchebags.
well,
all day long
or
like
because
us.
they've got a press handler. So
Yeah.
Or they only talk to douchebags when they get paid to do so.
Yeah,
fair enough.
yeah, that might be more
All right,
realistic.
so it's Saturday night. We've been here since Friday, like always. Unfortunately, Brian was delayed. He flew up from Maryland, D.C. He got delayed a lot, but you're here.
I'm
You're
here.
here.
I'm here.
We're so thankful you're here. We always appreciate
Yep.
getting time, spending
Yep.
time with you. So.
Oh, it's great fun coming up here and seeing you guys. It's
He's an East Coaster now, so
Yes.
this is elite.
And
although
ironically-
it took you less time when
To
you were on the
fly
West
from
Coast to get
California.
here.
It did, yeah.
Ironically, he could have got here faster from California,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yep.
And Dave's taking a sip of his cocktail, so we'll keep
So-
this going.
So Friday we didn't do a ton because those guys were late.
Yeah, you guys got here a little late. Dave and
Yeah.
I popped into the show for a little bit Friday, but didn't really do too much because it's not that big of a show that if you do it Friday and then you don't, you've seen half of it by then. So we were trying to avoid that.
It's good to pace yourself.
Yeah,
But what didn't you get an autograph? On
I
Friday?
did. So we went over to the arena. I don't know what it's called anymore.
It's called something else. Amica
Yeah.
something arena.
But-
used to be the Dunkin' Donuts Center.
Yes.
But I went over there. I was looking for
Amica, a fine company. They my
I don't-
car insurance is through them. My house is insured
is
through them.
it?
I
Okay.
highly recommend them.
Fair
This
enough.
is not a paid endorsement.
I was hoping to get Jason Lee and Ethan Suplee over there. Jason wasn't there yet, but I got Ethan, and he signed my Mallrats
Ethan
poster.
Suplee, you can
Yep.
look up on IMDb because no one else knows who he is.
He is a famous actor, most famous.
He's a famous actor.
He is. He's
George
been in a bunch-
Clooney's a famous actor.
Okay, well, he's not at that level, but he's been in American History
He's a
X.
known
He's
actor.
a known actor, and
He lost a lot of weight since he was in that movie.
yeah, he did.
He looks like he's in shape.
So I wanted him on my Mallrats poster, and he's the guy that stares at the Magic Eye poster and can't see the sailboat. And so he signed my poster. He was very, very nice, and good dude, very good dude. He actually signed a quote from the movie, but because it's a raunchy quote, asked my permission if it was okay.
It's nice.
And he was a super cool dude. So that was really the only autograph I got Friday night.
If it's sounding a little louder now, they're queuing up for the after
They're
party.
queuing up for the after party.
Yeah, it's about to get very, very crazy and wild in the
Should we
lobby
talk
here.
to everyone online?
No. We should not, actually.
Yep.
All right,
May
so-
not be enough to stop him.
So that was Friday. We went out to dinner afterwards, and
Well, that's part of the experience. As much as we love going to the shows and all that stuff, the best part of it is hanging out with the guys.
Yes.
We don't get to see Brian. Well, we don't get to see each other as much
Jeez,
anyway.
this year we really didn't
Yeah.
see
We
each
haven't
other
seen
much.
each other that much, but it's good to get together the four
I mean,
of us.
Todd grabbed something for me in February, and I finally got it in November.
right, yes.
Because we haven't been able to see each other.
Exactly. But unfortunately, Darryl couldn't make it up this year because he doesn't live in Providence anymore. But the four of us are here.
Yes.
So, but we went to dinner at the Trinity Brewery. Who's this guy? This is a Thai pilot.
He is, it's a full-on TIE fighter pilot.
That's pretty cool. He's
That
got
is
his own
cool.
security guard.
I wonder if he's just walking next to the security guard,
Yeah,
or
I
if that's
don't
his
know.
actual
I am
security
wondering
guard.
if that's his
I don't
security guard.
It certainly seems like he's being escorted.
It's so hard. That guy could be doing Paul Blart as well. You don't know here. When you see someone in uniform, if it's a cop
That's true.
or someone dressed like a cop.
yeah.
we
He
don't-
literally
Someone was
could
just
be
murdered.
caught. Wait, but we didn't murder them. We said we
There
were
wasn't
going to.
us.
We didn't get to do it. It's all right. It's all right. Things get real here in the
What's
lobby of the
security
Omni
guard?
Providence.
Dude, look, is that a costume or is he?
That's-
like,
that's
a
what
real
we're trying
guy?
to figure
He
out.
don't-
Is that a real
he's
security?
doing Paul Blart, Moral Cop.
Yeah.
I think he might be.
He does look like
He's got the
Paul Blart,
mustache. He's Paul
but
Blart.
he's missing the segue.
Yes, he doesn't have the segue, but yeah, that's a Paul Blart costume.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you, what do you think is the most common T-shirt that we've seen?
The Hellfire Club.
Hellfire
Club
Club
this
this year.
I think it's somewhere between Hellfire Club and Cobra Kai.
Oh, Cobra
Yeah,
Kai.
very- very popular
third-
as well.
It seems like every fourth person's got Cobra Kai, but there are a lot of Hellfire Club T-shirts.
It is funny how people gravitate towards like certain characters. I mean,
Yeah.
in the beginning, that Eddie character, I mean, he was, he almost was portrayed as like not a bad guy, but sort of.
Yes.
A lot
kind
of
of a-
people dressed up as Eddie today.
Oh, a
though.
lot of
Yeah.
people.
Some
it's-
good
it's
ones.
a
Some
great
very
costume to do.
very good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not a hard costume,
Not a-
but pulled off well, it looks
You
great.
gotta have
You
the
can
right
make the some of us wore that vest unironically. I will admit.
Yes.
Yep.
Mine had Twisted Sister on instead of Dio.
You need
but-
the Dio on the back.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a lot. I mean, that's because it's fun. Who's this? This guy looks like somebody. There's a lot of
not
people
sure.
who look like people.
Oh,
What do you need?
Nice.
Oh, I thought you were giving us something.
No, he's got VIP badges.
No, I got a
So-
drink. I'll
so-
buy you a drink.
What do you have?
Pot Calypso. We had margaritas at dinner. Well, I did.
What did you guys have? What did you guys eat?
There's a Viva Mexico. Great Mexico. We go there every year. It's great.
Have you been to George's?
We've yeah.
I was for that. It was great.
Something goes on in there. There's like a little club atmosphere in there.
So they got 3 floors. The first floor, actually, underground is a speakeasy. Really neat. Yeah, I kind of just was wobbling in, and then boom, I ducked right in. I was like, holy shit, this is a bar I want to sit at. Because there was live jazz, which was incredible. The food was good. It was good. And then the regular floor was great.
It's funny because we walked by there the past couple years. It wasn't there. It's only been there a few years, but there's always like a little velvet rope action going and something. No, not in a bad way, but like there's something definitely. We haven't gone there. We go Trinity Brewery, which we go every year, and then Viva Mexico, which is excellent.
Well, listen, I'll tell you right now, it was very good.
Cool.
Okay.
We'll
We
check
will.
it out. Thank you.
That was
that was Bobby, everybody.
Yeah, Bobby came
So-
back to talk about George.
Vecna's here, everybody.
Oh yeah, look at that. Okay.
No, that was a zombie. Zombie in a silk suit.
Good-looking zombie, though.
yeah, not a bad looking zombie at all.
Oh,
Anyway,
Where were we?
You guys skipped last night. You skipped the model delivery.
This is true. So, well, we skipped a couple. I mean, can we talk about what?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we got to the room, we did a little gift exchange kind of thing. Because
Yes.
I had to on the way to. I met Dave at his house on the way here. I delivered his B9 robot model. So that's
which is awesome, by the
off
way.
of my plate
Awesome.
and in Dave's collection
Off
now.
of his plate.
No, well, look,
No,
I wanted.
I know. It's
I wanted to get it to you unbroken. That
it
was
was
my
a lot of work.
That
It
was
was
my
a lot
main
of
thing.
work.
Was how do I get it to Dave unbroken? I had also brought a model for Todd that I built a while back, but it was always built with the intention of going to Todd. So the Reliant model that I built for
Which is
has
awesome.
now been gifted to Todd.
Gigantic. It's awesome.
And
Very
then
nice of
Brian
them.
showed up with a mind-blowing gift for all of us. Would you like to tell us what it was?
Yeah. See, I had some leftover DVDs, and I decided.
And they were mind-blowing, by the
They're
way.
mind-blowing
Yeah.
DVDs. Yeah. The best of which was you got an unopened Blu-ray copy of Crystal
Kingdom
Skull.
of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, your
which
favorite movie.
I will hold it up every time we talk about Crystal Skulling.
And Dave got the Logan's Run television show, which you probably never seen. The Logan's Run television show.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yeah. And you got the Maltese Falcon
I got a Blu-ray of Maltese
Well,
Falcon,
well-
which I don't have.
and a Blu-ray of The Martian for your
Yep.
kids at school.
Yep.
And there was one other. I'm forgetting what it was.
War of the Worlds.
In 1941, your
War
favorite
of the
movie.
Worlds with Tom Cruise. War of the Worlds.
No, the actual real George Pal War of the Worlds.
Oh, okay.
It was
I
the
didn't know.
good one. The good one.
The good one.
And
Me and
also
Tom take offense to that. but yeah.
rescued from an ILM dumpster in 1978.
That's the
Yeah,
by the way.
let's
but-
not bury the lead here, but okay.
Rescued from a dumpster at ILM in 1978 were the hexagon blocks that were used on the model of the Enterprise A when they walked off the top of the Enterprise down the blocks to go see V'ger. They cast a zillion of these little plaster blocks, and I ended up with a handful of them and handed them out to the guys.
Well, and
last
so
night.
Brian had told us, I don't know, a year or two ago that he had these, and we were like, "Oh, those would be amazing!" And you didn't know where they were. It wasn't
I
until you packed to
found
move
them in the
that you
move.
found
Yep.
them, and then unbelievable, you gifted each one of us one of those, and that's just
We're gonna work on
amazing.
some displays for that.
Yep.
That's very exciting.
Because I don't know, I can't speak for the rest of you. I have a newfound appreciation for that movie.
I've always liked that movie. One of us doesn't like it.
But after the remastered version came out, I had a renewed appreciation
You don't even
for
deserve that thing. Can you?
I like that movie as
Oh,
much
now
as...
he likes it.
Listen to me. I like that movie just as much as I always have.
Oh.
So, Star Trek The Motionless Picture, which is what Todd has always referred to it as, but
I now have a piece of Star Trek The Motionless Picture.
yes,
You have a picture.
but it's awesome. So thank you again, Brian.
Oh, you're welcome.
So yeah, so that was pretty much Friday.
It's Friday night. Yep.
That was pretty much
Yep.
Friday.
Yep.
So
Can we
yeah,
get everyone in this lobby to
it is
say
starting
you're
to get-
listening to the Regular
it is
Joe's podcast?
starting to get a little more crowded in here, but that's okay.
One of the funnest things here is picking out the normals, the totally
Yeah.
perplexed-looking people who did not realize they were wandering into the middle of a Comic-Con.
There is, on the 3rd floor, there is a wedding going on. Like, you
Really?
book your wedding. Weddings are not cheap. And does anyone mention, oh, by the way, the same day as your wedding is
Every
a
nerd in
freaking
New
Comic-Con
England,
going
every
on.
nerd in New England is going to converge on this hotel.
20,000 nerds will be there to attend your
Yeah.
wedding if you're not careful.
I was at a show in the hotel. They booked a plastic surgeons convention.
Oh,
And
that's funny.
It was nothing but 55-year-old men and perfect wives.
Of course.
Every wife was perfect.
Yeah. Well,
And they did not know walking around what the hell was going on.
Yeah. all right. Maybe we should talk about Saturday.
It was crowded here.
It was.
It
Very.
was crowded. I am still not comfortable with crowds, and there were a lot of people here.
I know. Me and Ryan wore masks, Pam, just so you know. I
Yeah,
wore a
yeah.
mask.
It
The
took
other
us
two didn't.
longer to walk the floor than I think it's ever taken to get from one side of the floor to the other.
It was very
Yeah,
crowded.
people are ready
Yeah.
to be back at a show.
Ahmed Best, right here.
It is Ahmed Best,
Yeah.
Yes.
and he's going back
And
out.
he's leaving.
Now, what just happened?
Ahmed walked in and hugged the girl, and he was walking out. And I said, "Hey, Ahmed, we're recording a little podcast. Can you come say hello?" He goes, "Oh, no, man, I'm out." He gave me a fist bump.
Okay.
That's all good.
I said good night. That was that.
We like Ahmed. We'll talk about him in a minute.
There's
We-
Gigi Edgley right there. What's going on, buddy?
How you doing?
I was just saying hi.
It's good. Okay.
But he was with Gigi, I think. That's your girl.
I don't think that was her.
Huh?
I don't think that was her.
Dave thinks that any blonde woman who's about that age is Gigi Edgley.
No, I'm pretty go.
I think
walk in
I
there and you
believe
tell me that's
she's
her.
considerably shorter than that.
All right. The guy, I made a friend. You know me. I'm the friendly one.
Dave does make friends everywhere he goes. Okay.
So Saturday,
Oh, wait. Before we get into Saturday, we were sitting here before as we're waiting for the party crowd to empty out, and then Barry overheard 3 Omni employees.
Yes, there were 3 employees from the Omni standing right behind the couch, and I heard one say to the other, "Oh, these guys do this every year. It's cool." It's like
awesome.
It's why we love the Omni.
it's why we love the Omni, and we're now a known thing here.
Yeah.
right.
amongst the
We've
staff.
never been hassled by the staff here.
No, and we're going to
Awesome.
try to keep it that way.
So Saturday can be summed up as waiting for Barry to get out of a line.
Yeah,
That was my Saturday.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's been worse. For
It
sure.
has
It has been worse.
I only really waited in one long line.
Yes.
I will say I did today. I did get all of my.
There's the plate guy. Is that
That's
the plate guy?
that's Keith Coogan.
Keith, the plate guy.
He's the dishes are done man guy from last year.
We could have totally got him, but he didn't hear us.
Okay.
I would say I got all of my autographs done in record time today.
You
I
had
think
your one
It may have taken
autograph.
One
It may have
autograph.
taken 2.5 minutes. It was like, oh, there she is,
And who
that was
did
it.
you get, Todd?
I got Connor Leslie, the
Oh,
lovely,
lovely,
spectacular Connor,
Really,
and very
really
nice.
lovely.
She plays
Connor
Wonder
Leslie.
Girl, not Donna Troy. Donna?
Yeah, Don Troy. Yep.
Donna Troy on Titans.
Yep.
Very lovely girl.
Now airing on HBO Max,
Yes.
and she is lovely. I got her autograph slightly later than
Yep.
than Todd did,
Yep.
but she is lovely.
And a trooper. She was there all day.
She was there
She's
all
there all
day.
day.
Were there
I
people
don't
in
think
her
she had
line
a
or
ton of
not?
activity,
No, she was
unfortunately.
there all day.
But
Which is a shame because
she's very nice. She was lovely. So
And-
anyway, who was the first autograph you got?
the first autograph I got when we walked in was Bonnie Peace, who plays
Bonnie
Aunt
Peace.
Beru in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, but also in Obi-Wan.
Was she really? But that's
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
She was,
young
and
still.
they had her come back, and just like they had the actor that played Uncle
She was in-
Owen.
Yeah. But that's for like 15 years ago. So,
Yeah.
Wait. 17 years ago.
Yeah.
And
No,
She
I-
didn't
basically
look like
looks
she
the
aged
same.
at all. Wow. I'm not saying that as a, but I'm just
Well,
saying
being
as a
involved
human
in a
being.
sex cult keeps you young.
Was she in there?
Yes, she was involved in all that Nexium stuff.
oh wow.
And she got out, or
Her and her husband are the ones that basically left and blew the whistle on the whole
really?
thing.
I did not know
Yes,
that.
which is why after I got her autograph, I said to her, "Just want to say what you and your husband did was really brave, and I think it was really cool."
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yes,
And what'd they
yes.
say?
No, she said thank you. She was very aware. I mean, it's been an HBO series, and a lot of people know she was involved, so it's not a secret.
Come to. Oh God, there's a guy dressed as the dude from from Up.
From Up.
Old
yes.
man, he's got the walker with the
Old
tennis
man
balls
with a
and a
walker
ton of balloons.
And balloons. That is
That's
That's
very
funny.
cool.
very cool costume.
Ed Asner, everybody.
Very cool
Nice
costume.
Very, very cool.
Great costume.
So so that was the first one that I got today. So I went right from Bonnie over to the little kid that played Luke in Obi-Wan named Grant Feely.
And he's on his Instagram feed if you want to
actually,
see
there's
him.
a picture of me on his Instagram feed that his mom took. But really nice kid. I mean,
Yeah, he's
young kid, but
he's the only
but-
other one to play Luke Skywalker.
And I think this might be his first convention ever. So
sure.
He's, I was a little dubious to see how a kid that young was going to be able to sign autographs and all,
Yeah,
but he did a
did a
great
good
job.
job.
Super cool kid. Went straight from there over to Rupert Friend, who has been in a lot of things.
Homeland, he was awesome in
amazing in
Homeland.
Homeland, but he was also the Grand Inquisitor in Star Wars in Obi-Wan.
he seems like no offense to everyone else, like a real actor.
Yes.
And it's cool that he's here.
Yeah, and I was surprised that they had him in a pretty good spot, but
The George Takei spot.
that was the George Takei spot. You're right, from previous years.
Oh, my.
Oh my! And then there's Anthony Rapp.
Oh.
Anthony.
We love your show, buddy. You're awesome.
Yes,
That's Anthony Rapp.
Anthony
Yep.
Rapp from Star Trek Discovery. From Rupert's line, I went straight onto Ahmed Best's line. Ahmed Best, Jar Jar Binks, and he was a cool dude.
You got to, we all didn't like Jar Jar Binks. It was not, this guy got a lot of shit for it, and it's not his fault. But I feel like when we were at the last celebration, whenever that was, he was there. People were totally starting to appreciate him.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's been a whole new appreciation for, I've always appreciated those movies, but for that character, because I think people are looking past
I think
the
those
crappy
movies are
writing.
aging very well.
Yeah.
and I think
and
that
people appreciate
people
him.
are less critical now than they were when
Yeah.
they first came out.
Because you got to appreciate the dude who had to deal with
And the dude's really
being-
cool. I just
being
met
that
him.
character.
Super
Yeah, that's
cool.
that's true. So
Super cool dude.
Brian tried to get him to come on the show, but he was a
we
good
both
dude.
got his autograph. He's really nice, very friendly. He worked on a show with our pal Gordon.
Yeah. We told him that we knew Gordon, who worked on a show with him. Just a good dude. Just seemed like a really good dude. Seemed very happy to be here. Very happy to be meeting people and hearing positive things
Yes,
about
and people
those
appreciating
movies.
the character.
So I've got a few more. I then went over and met Dorian King, who played Cad Bane in the Book of Boba Fett. Let's face it, the guy. It's the guy in a suit, right? But,
Yeah.
Very tall guy in a suit.
Very tall guy in a suit. But he was telling us that the red lenses for Cad Bane's eyes, he couldn't see anything, so he was blind on set.
Yeah, that's a little rough.
It must have been rough. And then from there, went over to Carrie Jones, who played Chrysanthemum, who's the very large Wookiee bounty hunter on Book of Boba Fett. And he also played Man-Thing in Werewolf by Night.
We had, if you haven't seen Werewolf by Night, you should check it out. And we had read, and I think we mentioned on the show, that the Man-Thing at some points was a physical character.
It was both
on
practical and CGI.
A practical
yeah.
character. That's what I'm
Practical
looking for.
as well as
On the
CGI.
set. And we were asking about it, and we didn't know it was him, and he had pictures of Man-Thing. So he said he was in a motion capture suit sometimes. Sometimes he had practical hands,
He said
arms.
at any point when they interacted with an actor, it was him in a suit.
And he had like a whole first top half of the suit. It was actually very cool to hear that. That's something we didn't know about.
Yeah. It was a cool,
There's the
cool to hear him
Chihuahua
describe
from...
it. From
no,
the
that's
Taco
not
Bell
it.
commercials,
Never
yeah.
mind.
And then the last autograph I got today was Jason Lee, who's been in a bunch of things, but most notably for me, Mallrats, a bunch of Kevin Smith's movies. And I've always wanted to get him on my Mallrats poster. I was super happy that he finally did a show.
Here comes two Eddie Munsons, a male and female Eddie Munson, I believe. Yes, there's a lot of Eddie Munsons here
There
this
are,
year.
and one of them has the Dio patch on the back of his jacket, like
Yeah.
he should.
That's great.
That's not the last autograph.
No, you
got.
left off the longest
You got
line of the
Danny
night.
Trejo too.
Oh, that's right. So then after that, I got online for Danny Trejo, who had a very long line, but he was a super cool dude, and he looked so scary and intimidating, but very cool dude. And I waited, 45 minutes to an hour for that. Was the only autograph I waited more than 15 minutes for.
It's Gigi Edgley. That's not Gigi Edgley right there?
No?
Take a look at her.
That is not.
It's not. So you claim you're Gigi Edgley.
She's not now, nor was she
She's-
ever.
she's
Nor
here
was
too.
she ever.
So we walked the floor too. It was crowded. I mean, I
Yeah,
feel like it
super
was more
crowded.
crowded than last year. We did wear masks. Me and Brian did
you know,
anyway.
we should have gone later because I went back down after when Barry was in line for the last line. There was nobody in the dealer's room.
really?
It was
Wow.
really easy to walk
It took us a
around. Yeah.
good couple hours to walk the show.
Yeah, much longer than usual. So you guys want to talk a little bit about the things that you saw, things that you bought?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of the same, but there was a new. Let's give him a little bit of a plug. A new vendor, Red 5 something or other, collectibles, that nicely organized, pretty. You know, they had like figures and backpacks, really well. Todd, what did you get from them?
Oh, I got a lot of.
That would be you, Todd.
I got,
When I say the word
I got-
Todd,
I-
I'm talking to you.
I
Just
bought
so you
a
know.
lot of stuff today. I got several Marvel Legends figures that were very cool and at a very good price.
Very good price.
And-
And we saw those for like more than double.
There are a lot of people that are pretty much gouging. They're selling like recent figures, you know, for twice the price. And this guy was very cool and he was good. And I'm going home with a lot of stuff. That's
I
the problem. Whenever I drive to a show,
Yeah.
I feel no restraint whatsoever for what I buy, and a lot of that happened today.
But a lot
I
of
like
times
a
when we come,
well-organized booth.
a
And
lot of
that-
times
not-
when we come to the show, even though you're driving and you could buy stuff, we just don't find things. But you actually made a bunch of purchases today.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
More
Yeah.
than the rest of us. Although I purchased quite a few autographs.
Yeah.
What else? What else did you get?
I got a NECA Demona figure from the Gargoyles, which I wasn't going to buy the whole collection, but it looks like I'm leaning that way now. And I got so as is tradition, I went by the Hero-Fied booth, and I ordered my new my next metal print, which is going to be
Next
Black
metal,
Widow.
yeah, he always hits up Hero-Fied. Check
And
him out,
every year.
HeroFied.com.
And then I got a few other things there too. I got a metal Rocinante print, which is really cool.
Yeah, and he's making them in different sizes now, which is nice. But you should check him out. HeroFight.com. Check him out. Not a commercial, not sponsored. But
really good.
they're making like $50. I don't know what size they are, like almost 8x10s or something.
Yeah,
But they're a good size. They're
Yeah,
a
nice,
little bit more manageable
affordable.
if you don't have as much
and
wall
these are
space.
just the artwork is amazing, and it's like but it so pops off the
Yeah,
metal.
yeah,
It's
great.
It's just
He has
phenomenal.
a bunch of new stuff. He's got a Scarlet Witch, which is awesome.
Yeah, he had a Cad
And
Bane, which
the
we actually
Rocinante's new.
we
Cad
saw
Bane.
somebody actually getting the Cad Bane one signed,
Yeah.
which was cool.
A new Voyager to go with the two different Enterprises he's done previously, and yep, very cool stuff. So
And Brian, you picked up a few things.
Very small things. I went small because I'm flying.
Yes.
So I couldn't carry a lot. But I picked up I built a Lego Batmobile, and the Lego Corporation, in all the wisdom, gives you a Lego Batman, but no Lego Robin. This is the 1966 Robin I'm talking about. And the current Lego Robin is a very modern Robin with goofy hair. So I bought 3 figures with normal brown hair and the right kind of mask to build myself a 1966 Robin.
Okay.
Yep.
So at $5 a piece, it was really, really Of course, I spent all of my money on account of Barry. Because he walked in Friday night and goes, "Hey, look! There's a brand new Shield available on Disney. You have to be a Disney Plus member and go to the Disney store to get the Captain. Help me here, Captain
Carter.
Captain Carter Shield, which my wife is getting for Christmas, and I don't have to worry about because she doesn't listen to the show.
Okay.
That's where I spent all my money was online before I got to the dealer's room today.
It's always
Well,
good to be inspired.
Let's
he's
see.
on the move, guys.
Anthony Rapp is on the move, but
Really?
he's not going to come anywhere near
There's
us.
a bunch of girls
prob-
looking at him expectantly, just as we are, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, would you come over and talk to us if you were you?
If the wireless mic
were
was
him?
on, I'd have it in his face right now.
why we took it away
He's
from you.
about to get mugged by these 3.
Yeah, he really does look
Yeah.
like he is. So
Yeah,
It's about-
they're
Yeah.
they're more waiting for him than we
I wanna
are
see what
and waiting
goes
for
on.
him.
he's not coming over here, but that's okay. We were talking about what you bought, Brian.
And because of
We're listening.
Todd was telling me about his 1/6 scale Hulkbuster, which is so big it can hold a 1/6 scale Iron Man inside of it. And sure enough, they had a Lego Hulkbuster with a little Lego Iron Man inside. So I got the very smaller scale version of that from the same vendor for $15.
Nice.
Lots of great low-cost stuff today.
I haven't bought anything yet other than autographs, so that's going to be my next, my thing tomorrow, Sunday, is going to be, going back through and seeing if there's anything I want to pick up.
We also picked up, there's people making stuff out of glass. We picked up glass Star Trek ornaments.
Glass Star Trek ornament. It was the Delta Shield in blue.
Those are very cool.
And a very clear glass thing.
I don't remember what it was called. They
She said she fused the glass.
It's called something with a D. I don't remember what it's called.
They were really cool, though.
They were cool. $10.
Yeah, they're really good.
How do dogs here? We've
a lot
seen
of
at least half a dozen dogs.
Dog-friendly hotel.
Yeah, which you don't see very often.
No.
We ran into a handler today on the way here named Bobby.
Bobby.
I don't know if we'll cut
Bobby,
any of
I
that
don't know if
in.
that's
We
gonna,
may or may
we're
not.
not cutting any of Bobby in, but Bobby was handling somebody important.
It says on their badge, guest liaison, and I asked him, who are you liaising?
And he said it's someone very important, very big. And so I kind of followed Bobby around to see who he might be handling. And he was handling a big guest who we got.
So let's play that interview right now. Okay, welcome. We're sitting here with Steve Cardenas, who we're going to explain later why he is the best guy at the con. Okay, because
I'd like to hear this too.
He did a serious solid for us a few minutes ago. But welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, martial artist, musician.
No, not a musician.
not a
That's
musician?
a confusion that a lot of people have because there's another guy named Steve Cardenas out there
Okay,
who
good.
is a musician, and people get confused all the time. They think that I'm a
okay.
musician.
Oh,
and
is it on your
I
IMDb
could not.
or something?
I could not, play an instrument to save my life.
wow.
Or
Okay.
yours.
Good to know.
I
either.
can, but I can't fight to save my life.
Yeah,
so,
okay, there you go.
That's IMDb for you. There's a French guy with my name on my IMDb credits, and I'm like, I'm not
Yeah,
French.
I mean, I just feel bad for that Steve Cardenas guy because I have talked to him a couple times on Facebook. Like, dude, I'm really sorry, but you're gonna get called the Power Ranger a lot.
I think I was going to say he's probably benefited quite a bit from that. So, probably the thing you're most well known for is being the second and the most awesome Red Power Ranger. Okay, who is I will say my son
Flattery's
Evan's
gonna get you everywhere.
favorite Power Ranger as a child, and probably is still to this day. So,
Okay.
How did that come about? How did you become the Red Power Ranger?
Sure. Okay. So I was a martial artist. I've been doing martial arts since I was a kid, and I'd always been fascinated with like martial arts on film. I used to watch the Kung Fu Theater, in the weekends, and so I think
okay,
Darth Vader over there just invaded our
We're in the lobby.
conversation. Yeah.
Can you beat his ass for us?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. He's a big tree to chop
He is
down.
a big dude.
Yeah. So I was always just fascinated with martial arts and martial arts on film and stuff. Any karate movies, kung fu movies, I would watch them all. And I didn't have any aspirations to be an actor or anything like that. But I was a martial artist, and I was also a gymnast, and I was living in Texas. I grew up in Texas, and I was in Dallas at the time, and I was helping my instructor open up a new martial arts studio, and so I was going to be one of the guys that ran the place for him full time, so to speak. And I was listening to the radio one day, and a commercial came on that said, I should probably actually preface this a little bit. When we opened up that school, we started getting a huge influx of kids coming in. And I was like, they started talking about this show called Power Rangers. And I'm like, what is this show, Power Rangers? I'm going to see what this is, Because lots of kids were signing up for martial arts because of Power Rangers, right? They wanted to be Power Rangers. So so I started watching the show, and I started getting into the show. And I'm like, but I was watching the guys do all their stuff, and I go, I could do that. I can flip like that. I can jump like that. I can kick like that.
It's that combo, though, of gymnast and power and martial arts.
Yeah, exactly. And so I basically had so after we been running the school for a while and whatnot, a commercial comes on the radio one time that says, "Hey, if you know how to do martial arts or gymnastics, we're looking for new Power Rangers, and we're coming to Dallas to hold open casting call auditions."
Really?
And I was just like,
gotta do it, right?
I said, I gotta go try this. I said, I'll probably never make it, but I'll go get down and give it a shot.
How old were you at the time?
I was 20 at the time.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
And they needed people who were over 18 so that they could sign their own contract. but they also needed people that looked younger. So I was meant to play a 16-year-old.
Yeah,
so I just said, well, screw it, I'm going to go down, and I went to the local TV station where they were holding the auditions that day, and there was like 5,000 people in the parking lot.
Really?
So I looked out and I was
ask,
like,
how many people?
no,
Wow.
there's going to be no effing way, man. I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to win, And so I went and I did my audition, and they were like, okay, great, thanks. Don't call us, we'll call you. So I've heard that before. And then I didn't hear anything for a couple days, but a couple days later they called me back and they were like, hey, we really liked your audition. We videotaped it, and the producers saw your video, and they want to bring you to California to meet them in person. And I was
Wow.
like, whoa, this could be real. So they said, we have a ticket waiting for you at the airport. Show up, go pick it up in the next morning, and we'll pick you up from the Burbank airport. So I went from the Dallas to Burbank, and we got off the plane, and they had, what unbeknownst to me, they had been doing simultaneous auditions that whole entire weekend that they were holding those auditions. They were holding them in Orlando. They were holding them in
So they were doing
New
it in
York,
multiple
they were doing it in
cities,
multiple cities, holding these, nationwide cattle call, so to speak. And so then they'd pick like 3 people from each city that they decided, and they flew us all together to go compete against each other in this callback second audition, And so then they took us immediately from the airport right to Saban headquarters, and we went. They had essentially just emptied out one of their conference rooms to hold these auditions in. And, so I just kind of showed them everything I knew how to do.
And was it like Thunderdome? Were you guys fighting each other?
No, we didn't have to fight each other, thankfully. No, we didn't have to fight each other. But, they did want to see us do some martial arts routines and stuff. So I put together a routine. And I had done my martial arts routine. And then Haim Saban just said, wow. When I finished it, he was like, wow. I was like, okay, well, this is promising. And then they started, like, mix and matching us to see which people paired the best together or whatever. And they just so happened to pick, the people that, the 3 of us that had come from Dallas, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was lucky at that point. And then I was like, well, what's next? And they were like, well, now you have to compete against some other people that we have from California. And I was like, oh, man, now we got to go through another audition
Another
again.
round, yeah.
And so anyway, so we get there the next day, all ready to do another competition against these other people, supposedly. And I just said, well, dude, you know what? If I don't win, I would like to be able to at least meet the Power Rangers and say that I met them, because just to kind of, memorialize this experience or whatever. And they said, well, you don't need to meet the Power Rangers because you are the new Power Rangers.
Wow.
And I'm like, whoa! And they said, okay, now, by the way, we don't have time for you to go back home. We have to start filming right away, so we're going to keep you here. You need to have your clothes mailed to you. So I had to have my clothes shipped from Texas. And
it got really fast for you.
Yeah, and I was like, wow. And they said, because we're going to start filming for a month and a half to put some episodes in the can, so to speak. And then we're going to Australia to do the major motion picture with 20th Century Fox, Power Rangers the movie.
Wow.
And I was like,
oh my
what
God.
the F
and
just
where
happened in my
did
life
you guys
in the span of 4
was
days?
It filmed in the U.S.?
We filmed in L.A. is where they filmed the show at the time. The series was filmed in L.A., and then the movie we filmed in Australia. So we filmed the movie in Sydney, Australia, and we were there for about 4 months making that movie.
So was that a refocus, going for martial artists for this kind of second wave of actors? Because the first ones didn't seem as that centric. You know what I'm saying? In the early shows.
Yeah, I mean, I think about half the people were martial artists. The other half were like either gymnasts or dancers, and that was the same thing with our generation as well. And I just happened to do both.
Yep.
And so I think that helped me get the part or whatever. I mean, it was part of it, but the martial arts thing is like what got me the part. I was not an actor. No, they had to give me acting lessons. Like that part I was way out of my comfort zone, and filming, being on film and stuff. You got to think about it like this. Back in the 90s, people didn't just easily have cameras in their pockets like we do now. You know what I mean? People were not used to filming themselves, unless you were really egotistical. There was people that were not filming themselves a lot back then. You know what I mean? So, and even listening to your voice in a recording back then sounded weird. You know what I mean? I used to be like, oh, that's what my voice sounds like? Oh, that's so weird. And I would see myself on camera after some of these dailies and stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't like the way I look on camera, and I just was way out of my comfort zone with it and stuff. It took a long time.
How long did it take you to get comfortable with that?
It took a long time, actually. It took at least a whole season, of being on camera and stuff.
And how many seasons of the show did you do?
I did seasons 2, 3, and 4, and then we did 2 feature films in between that too.
That's
and you
awesome.
were in the costume, and I haven't seen a lot of it.
That's
so
okay,
excuse
yeah.
me.
So no, Power Rangers was, a lot of it was old Japanese footage that we would go in and dub, voiceover, and then there was footage that we would shoot as well. But any of the stuff with the helmets that were on, the stunt guys did that stuff. They would do that in a second unit shoot while we'd be filming at the same time, so we could crank the episodes out faster. Then we'd just go in and ADR that stuff later.
Okay.
So so that's kind of how that worked. And I mean, the show was easy to make because half the footage was already Japanese.
Sure.
It was already existed. So we were able to crank out probably we'd do clusters of episodes where we'd do like 3 to 4 episodes and shoot them all in about a week and a half.
Yeah, for 3 years, 3 seasons, you did a ton of episodes.
Yeah, we did about 125 episodes.
Yeah, there was a lot of episodes.
125
Yeah,
episodes in
that's a lot.
2.5 years. Pretty
But it was
That's a lot.
essentially a daily show.
and 2 feature films that
Now,
ended up taking like
the
at
three
least-
of us all met initially because we were action figure collectors.
Mm-hmm.
Are there action figures of you with your face, or are
100%.
they all
Yeah,
Red
oh,
Ranger
yeah.
with
No,
the
no,
helmet
no,
on?
No, it's there's action figures with our face, and actually now Hasbro has taken over, and they've created a whole new line of all Ranger stuff, and they use our faces too.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
So
that's
that
awesome.
must be
Yeah.
awesome to have
Fantastic.
figures with your own face on.
Absolutely. I mean, but we had them even back then.
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
cool.
one of my first day that we got on set. They had one of the photographers on set taking 360 pictures of our head because they needed to be able to start making the models for the faces of our dolls coming out.
Are you surprised all these years later how this has endured?
Well, I mean, yeah, back then we would have never known that it was going to be like this, and that it was going to, I mean, we knew it was the phenomenon as it was happening, but that's just how a lot of trends are, and I figured it was just going to be one of those things that was flash in the pan that would eventually die out, and never knew. But a lot of things happen at the same time. This generation of kids grew up, and then the internet grew up with them, and they started having these forums where they had ways to talk to and communicate with each other about how much they liked the show, and then Comic-Con started happening in mass as well, and then social media started happening as well, and right around that same time, everything that was old was coming back around again, so it's starting to be cyclical.
All these phenomenons of
all happened at
when you were a
once.
kid, you liked this in the 60s. It was huge again in the 80s.
Yeah,
like,
right,
as you
exactly.
become,
That
like,
was the
you
same
hit
kind of thing
the
that was
same
happening
thing,
with Rangers
90s
there.
to now, yeah.
You get your late 20s, early 30s, you start to get nostalgic for those things.
Right.
That made you
And
happy
now
as a
you
kid.
have money.
Yep.
Exactly, right. So Comic-Cons were starting to get bigger everywhere. Social media was starting to happen. We were now able to have a platform where the fans could actually reach out and talk to us. Back then, the kids wouldn't talk to us. They were too shy.
Right.
And we didn't have any other than them sending us letters. There was no real way to communicate with the fans. But now they're grown up. Now they're able to articulate what they like, and now they're able to do that with spending money as well too. You know what I mean? So they just happen to turn out all the time for these shows, and I just kept getting invited to convention after convention.
So
after
how long have
convention.
you been doing conventions?
I've been doing Comic-Cons nonstop since 2013.
Wow.
Really? Wow. Have you
Yeah.
been to this one before?
This is probably my 4th or 5th time
Yeah,
here to
we've been
Rhode
here
Island
9
Comic-Con.
times.
This is our
We've
9th
seen you,
year.
seen you, yeah.
Yeah, I've been here at least half the times that they've had conventions I've come.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Perry's great. I mean, I've known him for a long time. I've done a couple of his other cons as well too, in Colorado Springs and a few other ones. He used to have some small ones he would do as well, and I'd go to them. Yeah.
Is there a city that you go to that is sort of the best city for fans, or is it really great everywhere?
It can be really great everywhere. There's some conventions can be hit or miss because they might be newer and they just don't have the fan base yet and that kind of thing. But there's certain shows where I just know they're going to be great. Obviously, any Power Ranger themed convention like Power Morphicon or Ranger Stop, those are always going to be guaranteed hit.
Oh yeah, those have got to be like the be all end all.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. It's just would be like Star Wars Celebration for Darth Vader. I mean, everyone's going to line up for that dude. There's other ones too. Obviously Rhode Island's always been good to me. But New York Comic-Con's incredible. There's the Indiana Comic-Con. And several others, Salt Lake, a few. I mean, there's a lot that I like to go to.
It's got to be gratifying to meet people that, that many years later are so interested still and have such a love for what you did.
It's something that I'll never fully understand, but I have fully embraced, for a lot of reasons. Because, obviously, the money is good and everything like that. You don't really want to turn that down. But also aside from that, you get these people that come up to you and they're like, dude, I had a really rough childhood growing up, and, your show was like an escape for me, and I just wanted to tell you that.
We hear that a lot.
Sam
from all the
Jones had
people we
told us
talk to.
basically that same thing, and he said it is a failure of the guest not to realize the importance of that moment for that person.
100%.
And you got to keep it moving, but you also have to respect that. The emotional investment.
Because
that
as
they've
many times as I've done interviews like this, or as many times as I've met and talked to, and as many times I've heard the same thing over and over and over again, it's their first time hearing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I need to understand that, and I need to make sure I make the same experience the same as much as possible for every person.
And I think the best guests are the ones that can do that.
They really get that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just the most important thing to remember is that we all need to get over ourselves, okay? Egos suck because, dude, let's face it, I made a TV show for 4-year-olds. You know what I mean? Get over yourself, And it's like, you start letting stuff like that go to your head, and then you forget, like, what keeps you alive. It's like, if without the fans, you'd be nothing.
Right.
So, if you don't remember that, then I think you lose your purpose, and I think that's in general in life, period. You know what I mean? Like, this world, especially, you just need to really
That's
embrace
a great
these
attitude
people,
to have.
It really is. Yep.
Well, we really appreciate you coming
by.
by.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks, guys, for
It's
sure.
awesome.
And I hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
It's an inspiration for listeners and stuff. It's funny, all these conventions, and we grew up in the 80s,
70s, and 80s.
I grew up in the 80s. I was born in the 70s. I'm 48.
These sort of nerdy outsiders, and I do feel like those kind of people are coming into their own now. it's cool to be nerdy and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really
It's been
like
that way
an
for a
escape,
while now.
yeah,
At least the
escape
past
for
10
them
years,
to appreciate that kind of stuff.
Pop
And
culture,
people-
it's cool to be a geek now.
And you guys who have been in these fun shows and these shows that people look up to, and that you can connect with the fans, is huge. I mean, we've talked to so many people like that, and it's really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm grateful, on a lot of levels, just to be able to be relevant, to stay relevant by doing these things, and to keep that alive for the fans and for myself. I mean, it's very symbiotic. I need it too.
Yeah.
And so that's something that a lot of times people don't always understand. It's like,
That's
we need
true.
this too.
We talk about William Shatner all the time. The dude's like in his 90s. He's still doing. He's worth $100 million, and he's still doing these things.
And he doesn't need to,
connection.
but he doesn't need to financially. But I think he needs to keep himself feeling young and feeling relevant.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you'll be doing it until you're 92 also.
Thank you
All
for
the
sitting
fans
down
will
with
have died off by then.
Well, hey, if the Star Trek fans are still out there, your fans will still be out
fair
there.
enough.
For sure.
Fair enough.
Thank you for sitting down with us,
Yeah,
and
sure.
I apologize for accusing you of being a musician. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, it's okay. Trust me, I would love to be a musician, but I just don't have the patience to learn how to
There
pluck
you
the
go.
strings,
I know
man.
the feeling.
Yeah, I'd love to be a rock star.
Well, me too. I started playing guitar when I was 12.
Okay.
And I can play, but I can't do what you do. So
oh man,
Awesome.
that's amazing.
Thank you
Well,
so
I
much.
appreciate you guys.
Thank you very
thanks
much.
a lot. Yep.
Awesome. Spencer.
Yeah.
The party's over. The party's right here.
All right. Hello. Where is the party?
It's over there. Is it still going on?
He actually meant, where's the party at?
Oh, I thought you wanted our party.
that was Spencer Wilding.
I think that
Is he
dude wasn't
looking for the
even in
bathroom?
Star Wars, but don't tell him I said that because he'll pound me.
Oh, is that who that was?
That's the guy who played Darth Vader, supposedly. Barry? You're the one who says he wasn't in it. Barry Kay said you weren't in it.
Rogue One, he was in scenes that I think I'd cut out of the movie.
So we're doing a new segment, which is called Who's in the Lobby? We have a new piece of equipment, what's this called? A
After
wireless
9
microphone.
years, we finally have a wireless mic.
microphone, and we're seeing who's in the lobby. Sir, you're
This is how we get thrown
you're
out
a
of the
convention goer? Yeah. What's your name?
Reese.
What are you doing here? What are you into?
Meeting the celebrities.
Meeting the celebrities. Who's your favorite?
Jared Boaki from Supernatural.
Oh yeah, I like Supernatural too. We're the Regular Joe's podcast. Here you go. We've been here 9 years. We're here, first time here. Where are you from?
Florida.
Florida. You drove up or
Flew.
flew? Really?
Yep. Flew into Boston and took an Uber from Boston to here.
It's a great little convention. We've been enjoying it for years.
It's pretty crazy.
It is crazy. Good meeting you. Thank you. Hey, Dr. Strange, what's going on over there? We're from the Regular Joe's podcast. You're obviously Doctor Strange. How's things?
It's going well, thank you.
Where are you from?
East Providence, Rhode Island.
No, you're supposed to say New York City. Bleecker Street, come on. Is this your first time at the con?
No, it's probably my 7th, 8th time here.
We've been here like 9 times. We're the Regular Joe's podcast. Here's a sticker. Is this, where's your ensemble from?
I ordered this from someone on Etsy.
Oh, really? They did a nice job. Very good. Is this your friend, She-Hulk? Are you She-Hulk? I'm not hearing you. She-Hulk's representing him in a case.
Yes.
Where are you from?
Just Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. Are you with this guy?
On and off. Don't tell Daredevil.
I hear that. Right? He's pretty hot, that Daredevil. I know. I don't blame you. No offense. Doctor Strange, he's got a bit of an attitude, right? Daredevil seems a little more sensitive. You come to cons often?
Yes, probably 7th, 8th time.
Really? Other cons? You go to other cons?
Yeah, we'll go to sometimes like Anime Con, or at least I've been to it. Temple Con when it was a thing.
Boston's got a big con too, right? You ever go to Boston Con?
I haven't yet, but I want to go to PAX East at some point.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that. Yeah, that's a good time. Well, thanks for joining us. Oh, here's a sticker for you, too. Who else do we want to talk to? No one else looks as friendly as you guys. Good meeting you, everybody. Who else do we got? If I had a vodka and club soda, it'd be easier. Who else? Anybody else? No one else looks as friendly. Are we still rolling?
So, Dave, how did that go?
That went well. We met some nice convention goers. It's always good. Let's see who else is in the lobby.
Please, Dave, go do that.
Sir, you're a convention goer?
Yes, I am.
What's your name?
Dino, like the dinosaur.
Dino, like the dinosaur, everybody. And what are you into? Why are you here?
We got press passes. We're here from the official wrestling museum. And so we come here and we try to get Smile Up challenges. We try to spread more smiles and hate in the world.
That's awesome. Good for you. Have you been to this show before?
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Yeah, we make it a routine.
Yeah, us too. We've been here 9 years. That's good. Great show. Great little show. Here, we're at the Regular Joe's podcast. There's a sticker for you. Good meeting you. Have a good show. Who else are we at?
Go all the way down there. There's a guy dressed like A-Train from The Boys. Get him.
Where?
All the way down the hall. You can't see him. He was standing right here a few minutes ago.
Dressed like who?
A-Train from The Boys.
Can you think this will go?
I don't know if it'll
Testing.
reach that.
Okay. You're listening. Will it start to break up if it doesn't work? All right, you wave at me if it doesn't work. We're walking around. We're walking.
Like I
we're
said,
talking.
This is how we get kicked out of the lobby of the.
Still good. Still good. Still good. Still good. Still good. Oh, there's a party. Everyone's gathered for the party. What's going on? A-Train?
A-Train. What's
going on? What's your name? You're at the convention, I guess.
I'm Travis.
Travis.
Yeah.
Where you from?
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Nice.
He died. It worked until it didn't work.
Red 5, how are you?
No, I'm Red Leader.
Red Leader. Okay, good.
Vibing. I'm chilling.
Nice to meet you.
All right, so we're now just me, Brian, and Todd in the lobby
Because basically for 15 minutes now, Dave has been in the bar chatting up who?
Amy Allen, who was Ayla Secora in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. I think he went in to get us drinks, but also to maybe
that was the theory.
Maybe bring her out to be on the podcast, but
he's not coming back.
He is now interviewing her alone without a microphone.
Yes,
we are drinkless.
I peeked in there, and he is definitely leaning on the bar, chatting her up, having a great conversation.
She's a lovely woman. I would probably do the same, but
But you leave your bros hanging. And
that's true.
He's forgotten we're even out here.
I'm parched at this point,
Yeah.
but I guess happy for my friend that he's in there chatting up a Jedi. So,
well, hey,
a
cute Jedi.
If I were in there chatting up a blue Jedi, I'd forget we were out here too.
He's completely abandoned us. I guess we know how he would handle an emergency situation now.
That's right. Yep.
Dave is not to be trusted.
Clearly.
Just going on record as saying that, all you podcast listeners.
Yep.
All right. What else? I'm thirsty, Dave.
More soon.
Yeah, I guess we'll come back when there's something more to talk about.
Got some people coming in now. We got a Wolverine.
Oh, nice claws. Yeah, he's got some claws.
Yep.
He's got his own paparazzi.
We'll title
following him.
this segment "Thirsty Joes."
Yep.
I really want somebody awesome to come in, and we'll interview them without Dave.
I think that would be
That
terrific.
would be the
That would
best
be
thing
awesome.
best possible outcome of this moment would be that.
Got a good-looking pirate here. We thought was maybe Captain Morgan, but is in fact Captain Hook.
Yeah, it's Captain Hook.
few normals
and
strolling
they are
through, looking very perplexed.
doing to the death with some redheaded character with a vest. I don't know. All right. These are the things that happen in the lobby of the Omni in Providence, Rhode Island.
Amy, come on.
Come on.
Just say
She
hi.
said
Come
no.
on, Amy. Come on.
She mouthed the word no. Did you
No,
see
I
it?
bought her a drink.
I know.
You know the last time I bought a woman a drink?
That wasn't your wife?
Yeah. A real long time ago.
Oh, man.
What are you going to do?
Over her shoulder at you, Dave.
She did, actually.
But
She
I did. I was talking to her. She was nice enough in the
So,
car.
all right, so tell us,
No,
Dave.
some guy was like drunk and was like, "Oh, you're a Jedi." I'm like, dude, you don't know who she is? Elias Sakura. She's like everyone's favorite female Jedi. Come on. And then he walked, and then he's like in the middle of a question, and just walks away. I'm like, what's up with that dude? I'm like, I had said, I'm like, oh, we met. I remember meeting you at
Celebration.
2005 Celebration, and she's like, oh wow, that was a long time ago. I'm like, yeah, have you been doing conventions and stuff? And
all
she stopped
great.
for a
Would have been
while.
great on mic.
Yeah, so Dave interviewed her, just not on the
I did.
podcast.
Well, yeah, I mean,
We're gonna get Dave like
there's Machio.
Yeah.
So she said she was 20 when she did that. She worked for ILM. She had a lot of fun. Then she did conventions, and I said, yeah, back when it was $20 to get an autograph. And then she has 11-year-old twins, I think.
Okay.
And then she's doing conventions again. She says it's fun. She likes meeting people and doing stuff. So I said, you got to come on the podcast. She's like, I don't know about that. I'm like, I bought her a drink. That didn't grease the skids at all, but that's fine. It's all good.
Dave's not bitter at all. So it's kind of
including
like
me.
she was on the podcast, but she's not. She was interviewed by Dave, just not on mic.
Yeah. So
Or
she was nice
maybe
enough.
not so much an interview. Dave had a conversation with her.
I had a conversation with her.
All right, well, so what else do we want to talk about as we wrap things
So
up?
this Fleming's restaurant that's right to our left from the couch.
We've never been in there other than to get drinks to bring back out here.
So it's funny when I was trying to get my drinks and bring them out for you guys. Billy Zabka walked in, and a bunch of people were trying to get their picture with him. And then Amy Allen seemed to be very excited by that, and then she went over to him. And now Machio's in there too. I see him right now. He's hugging some random girl. I don't know what's going on there, but that seems to sort of be the hangout.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess
Brian
if you're...
claims it's a well-known steakhouse.
It is a well-known steakhouse.
I've never heard of it other than right here.
All
if
right.
someone wants to plug in the wireless, I will put it in Ralph's face, no problem. No, I'm joking. I won't do
Maybe we'll finish the show and then we'll try that.
No, I'm not doing that.
All right, so we have a couple more things we need to talk about. First one is Fanboy Collectibles.
Fanboy Collectibles, check them out. When Barry and I were... I'm filleting the mic.
Please fillet the mic.
When Barry and I were driving up here, we were running a little late. We didn't have time to stop, but we drove right by Newtown, Connecticut. I know
not possible. I'm sorry. It's not possible to drive by Newtown, Connecticut without stopping.
Well,
at
even
Didn't do
Brian,
that
you
again.
got a package today, you say, from Fanboy Collectibles.
I got a package today from Fanboys Collectibles. I did. It's
and I will have one waiting for me at home as well.
it's a Christmas present for my wife.
There you go.
So we won't say what it is in case she's listening.
We won't.
She doesn't listen, but that's okay.
They got everything you need. Pops and Sideshow and Hot Toys. I got to say, you could walk this convention and see a million toys, but there's not the amount of stuff you can get from Fanboy Collectibles.
Yeah, they have the best stuff and
and
it's
real
stuff here,
good
but
prices, not
the
these
best
gouging.
prices. And they
these
take good
people around
care
here.
to make sure your stuff comes in perfect condition. And Troy's the
Exactly.
best. So Fanboy Collectibles, visit them in their store in Newtown, Connecticut. Go to their store online at fanboycollectibles.com.
And
Tell them regular Joe
Tell
sent you.
them Regular Joe sent you.
I helped you out there, Dave.
There you go. I could have done it. I was just talking about other stuff. I am in full control of my capabilities. No,
Faculties.
I'm joking.
All right, Todd, do you want to talk a little bit about how we got this spot in the lobby this year?
We have a traditional couch that we like to use in the lobby here, and it was
We do.
We were couch blocked. There was a large contingent of people, including a dude in a wheelchair, occupying our traditional couch, and I met a gentleman on the couch that I was sitting on spotting from, who was a buddy of Steve Cardenas, who we interviewed, and Steve came over and I explained what we normally do and how we set up and whatnot. And he went over, took selfies with the people, and then asked them if they'd swap couches with us, which was just really, really cool.
The Red Power Ranger hooked us up for sure.
Oh my God, Red Power Ranger to the rescue!
Yes, he rescued us, and he moved people to the other couch so we could have our usual spot. Because it wouldn't be the same if we were on another couch.
That's the
wouldn't.
That's the punchline. Is our big guest actually helped us set up the show.
Yes.
Yes. So
Somebody
no. Anyways, very cool.
Our couch is like Sheldon's spot.
It's totally it.
It's equidistant between Fleming's restaurant, where you can see celebrities come and go, the front door where you see celebrities come and go. You can see people whenever the elevator is working, coming up and down the elevator.
Well, those are escalators, but yes.
Escalator, not elevator.
And we
you have a total view of the whole
We
place.
suspect the spot right behind us there is the tower they put the celebrities in.
Yeah, they're in both sides, I think we found.
Yeah.
Well, and let's face it, this spot helped us get all the guests tonight. I'm just kidding. But in years past, it has been the spot that got us all the guests. So
absolutely. I feel like Macchio and Zapka are in and out of this thing. Are they just like looking to be noticed?
They're just kind of waiting till we look like we're not busy.
yeah, they're waiting until we
All
leave
right, wait.
to come out.
Guys, give us 5. Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Any last thoughts?
So it's
on...
still Saturday. We got tomorrow. We'll probably just meander around the show. We're going to go get breakfast at some place that I don't remember the name of.
Yes, we went there last year. It was great. We're going to go back tomorrow. Have a nice civilized breakfast before we hit the show floor, and then that'll be the end of Comic-Con, Rhode Island Comic-Con 22. It's always a great time for us to gather here, to see each other, to experience.
That's
this
the
con.
most important thing.
It's our favorite con of the year.
It's funny. I was talking to Amy Allen about New York Comic Con, and her buddy was saying how it's just jam packed. Nothing against New York Comic Con, but it's just too many people. This is the right size with the right kind of guests. It's the Goldilocks convention.
It really is. I mean, and it's why we keep coming back year after year. So,
and great costumes. They have great. We saw some great costumes.
There's
today.
been some really good costumes. There was a guy.
Oh yeah,
in an alien costume.
And
that was pretty amazing.
And a guy in a predator costume, and they were taking pictures together, fighting each other. It was
That alien was
on
pretty
Instagram.
good. The head was a little oversized, but it kind of has to be.
But it worked.
Those
really
were
good.
those are not easy costumes to wear, but those were very cool. What else? We said a lot of Eddie Munson's, a lot of anime stuff that we don't know.
I
what
saw
it
an
is.
outstanding Mary Poppins.
What did we didn't see a ton of Harley Quinns.
Nope, there was
what
some,
was
but
the other
not.
big costume we saw like in the past years.
Not a single Princess Leia in the bikini.
No Princess
Not one.
Leia.
No, but I did see
Not
Princess
one.
Leia in her Hoth outfit.
Yeah, there was.
Oh, I
there was,
didn't see that.
Actually, I think I saw 4 different General Leias, which was interesting on older women.
too.
Yeah,
And I saw a couple that were older ladies.
yeah, it was great.
Which is actually
and I saw
pretty
Padme
cool.
with the midriff, the open midriff, and the white outfit.
We just missed Gigi Edgley again.
This is going to be the new running joke.
Every
Anybody who
every
has
blonde
hair,
woman under 50 is Gigi Edgley, but
Yeah, she was with the Iron Maiden
she
artist
she
guy.
was sharing a booth with Derek Rigg, the artist from
It's like an English
Iron
thing,
Maiden album
I
covers.
believe.
yeah, they speak the same language.
I'm going to take the wireless mic outside. I bet Macchio and Zapka are out there.
Okay. We were talking costumes. What else did we see? There was a woman who made a ball gown that looked like R2-D2 that was pretty amazing.
That was cool.
What else?
Saw a great Kaylee when we first walked in.
Yeah. Yep.
Kaylee from Firefly.
We saw a bunch of
A
people.
lot of Scarlet Witches.
Yes,
a lot of
yeah.
Scarlet Witches.
And there were a lot of people
Oh,
in
yeah.
Disney princess costumes.
Tons of those.
And apparently there was a Disney princess panel where they all got together and princessed out.
There was like Disney voice actors here and a whole princess panel that seemed to be a thing.
Yeah.
There's Glenn Hetrick, everybody. Wannabe.
Okay.
Some random girls hugging him.
So I think that kind of puts a cap on Rhode Island Comic-Con 2022 for us, at least recording-wise.
It does.
Any last thoughts?
Last thoughts. Always a good time. Not enough stuff to buy, but what do you buy when you have everything?
This is true.
Everything else.
I got to say, this is one show where you meet the celebrities and they're all nice. No one's a jerk here. It's
Now,
weird, yeah.
oh, you know what? I don't know. I couldn't hear what you just said, but it sounded very much like beef jerky. And it reminded me of a booth called Meat So Horny.
Meat So
I
Horny.
guess they made beef jerky and sauces.
I think it was hot sauce and like
Yep.
rubs, beef rubs.
Yep.
And
Oh,
things.
was it? It wasn't
Yeah.
jerky?
I don't think there was
Meat
jerky there.
So Horny.
But yes, we did enjoy Meat So
Wait, is
Horny.
that the plate guy again?
I think hard to tell from here. What's his name? Oh, Keith Coogan.
Oh, good.
Plate guy. Plate guy.
Don't do plate guy. It's Keith.
Do we even want to talk to him?
Well, I would, but it's okay.
What is
Did we talk to him before?
These dishes are
I
done.
met him. We didn't talk
We're
to him.
still doing this. Believe it or not, we're still doing
We're
this.
still doing it. Yeah.
So,
That was the Red Power Ranger again.
Yeah, Red Power Ranger just came by again.
He was in Adventures in Babysitting?
He was in Adventures in Babysitting and Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
The plate thing happened in Don't Tell the Babysitter's
Yes,
Dead, because I don't remember
that's
from
right.
Adventures in Babysitting.
No, it was definitely not in that movie. It was in the other movie.
Now that's Gigi Edgley right there. No, it's the same woman I thought was before. It's not.
It's still not Gigi Edgley, people.
She's probably not here at all, but
Where's Plate Guy?
Plate Guy.
He's left.
He just left. Plate
think
Guy
he
has
left.
left.
Plate
the
Guy
building.
Plate guy's left the building.
Why was Macchio and Zapka in the Flemings for like momentarily and then left?
Because they saw you and said, "Oh
No,
shit."
they didn't.
Do you know they left? Because they were standing in the doorway when I was
I'm
in
gonna
there.
hook out that fucking microphone. I'm going in there.
He's going in.
I think we
Hook
need
him
to,
up. He's
I
going
think we
in.
Need to pull the plug on this show before it goes completely haywire.
Always a good time at the Rhode Island Comic Con.
Omni Providence.
Providence never disappoints. No one hassles us.
Yeah, we really could.
We have
do
to
And
start.
whatever we want.
tonight we may have pushed the envelope just a little bit, but
no one even
Just a
looked
little bit.
at us improperly at all. We're gonna have to start pushing the envelope.
Well, I think this was a good first attempt. Next
please.
year we can push further.
Another, I got to say, another successful year here at Rhode Island. If you haven't come, you got to come. Not sponsored, but check it out. The biggest show in the smallest state. Always a fun time.
Always a great guest list. Always a great dealer's room. Just a fun time all the way around.
Exactly.
Yep.
And it's a great city.
It's a
There's
great
lot of
city,
great
and
restaurants
most of all, it's great to just hang out with the guys.
Yes,
all you guys.
for sure.
And thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Dave, she'd like to be on the podcast.
What are you into? Everything. That's too broad.
TV show.
It's not TV, by the way. There's no cameras here.
It's just a podcast.
Okay, I love podcasts.
know it.
I love podcasts.
So what are you here to see at the show?
What show? I'm the show.
Oh, you're here at the wedding.
I'm the show.
Yeah.
I'm the show. You
Yeah.
guys missed it.
No, we didn't. You're at the show. We
I'm
got
right
it.
here. Like I'm the whole show. So what's up?
We're here for the science fiction convention. You're here for the wedding?
Yes, I was.
We're really interested. Who got married?
Mina and Mike.
Mina and Mike.
And it was beautiful. Yes.
Did the guests at the wedding freak out that there was a science fiction convention going on at the same time?
No.
No? Oh, good.
I love science fiction. Ask me a question.
Ask you a question. Do you watch Star Trek?
Actually, no.
Do you watch Star Wars?
No.
Yeah, there you go, right?
What do you like in science fiction?
You know what?
Oh, you haven't
Maybe I
watched the
don't
whole
know
thing
much
yet?
about science
Oh.
fiction, but if you ask me another question, I might know it. So ask me one more.
really?
One
Oh,
more.
boy.
Find out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Who's that?
I tell you,
This is my man.
I would pay to have
What's
it
his name?
removed from my head so I
Hey,
could
Byron.
watch it
Hey,
all
Byron.
over
I'm
again.
Brian. Hey, Byron. What's up?
Byron and Brian. It matches. You guys go together. Okay. Ask me one more question.
Ask you one more. What?
I saw a lot of people though in their costumes. They look real fly.
So what? Do you watch any Marvel movies? Any superhero movies?
I love Wonder Woman
You love
and
Wonder
like
Woman.
Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man and Batman. Like those are my favorites.
Okay. Did you see there's a couple Wonder Women here? I just saw them walk by.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, there's an after party going on down there.
After party? And you didn't invite me?
Well, I'm not invited, so I can't.
You're not
invite
invited?
No.
So what are you doing? Having a whole podcast? You're not even invited.
We're having our own party.
This ain't much of a party, Brian.
well,
you know
we're not
what?
actually
I
recording
appreciate
now.
it. You guys are lit. Have a good night. I
know,
love
is it
you
the
guys.
same as mine?
Okay?
All right. We've never been told we were lit before.